Good morning, beach bums. I'm back out here on the boat at the jetties looking to jig up some pompano. It was supposed to storm this morning, but it looked like they held off, so I decided to come out here, and it looks a little bit rougher than I thought it would be. So hopefully I can maintain here. Just trying to find a good position. There's already some boats out here, but let's see what we can jig up today. They've been hot and heavy out here. Reports, and the last time I came out, which was a blast, so had to come do it again. Oh, there we go. Fish, fish, fish. Yep. That's probably one right there. Yeah. Woo! Man. That one got crazy. Look at him jumping. Dang. First fish of the day. Let's see if we can get him. Oh, good one. Good fish. All right. Do what?
What color are you using?
Chartreuse. I don't think it really matters, honestly. Yeah, it's a little bouncier out here today than I was anticipating. This is our first pomp of the day. He's not real big, but he's legal. Yeah, he's 14. I'm gonna go ahead and hang on to this guy. Yeah, just in case, just to see how the morning goes. You never know, you know. I think I'll get bigger ones, but there's no guarantees ever. There we go. Fish, 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 yes. There we go. Man, it is so much rockier out here than I thought it would be. Oh yeah. Woo! Back down that drag just a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Man, when they hit this jig, it's just insane, man. They hammer down. These haven't even been that big. Oh, going under the boat, under the boat. Man, trying to fight these fish and these waves. Look at this. Woo! This boat is rocking. My goodness. All right, pompano number 2. And this one may be a little bit bigger. This one might be about 15. Yep, he's like 15. Almost 15 and a half, almost 16. Better fish. What I'm doing with this jig, I learned from Chris. I'm letting it sink down that after I cast, which I didn't really let it sink too much then. It's not real deep here, but trying to get it as close to the bottom as possible and then start working it back pretty quick with some pretty good pops, kind of constantly moving. You know, a little bit of a fall and then pop. You know, what you're imitating is a sand flea darting in and out of the sand. And that's what catches their attention. Just that quick in and out. So you're working it pretty fast, pretty aggressively, and letting it sink to the bottom as much as you can. You want to try to get it on the sand, if at all possible, I would believe. Woo, look at this. Oh, there he is, there he is. Yep, yep, yep. Come on, baby. Do what? I do some beach fishing guides. I don't guide on a boat. Man. Love it when these guys just hammer down like that. Oh, this is a bluefish. Woo, glad he didn't cut me off. Not what we're fishing for, but another species. A little bluefish. He hammered it too. These guys fight so good. See, dude. Well, I caught my first one on like the 3rd or 4th cast, And then got one more a little bit later, and it's been a minute. I've casted a lot now, and nothing since that bluefish. Oh, as I get it out of my mouth, it had died down. All right, let's see if this is a pump. Oh gosh. Yeah, that feels like a pump. I don't have a center console, so going around the boat is not as easy. This is not good, not good. Oh gosh, oh gosh, okay. Whew. Yeah, not ideal situation there. That's when a center console comes in handy, I guess. Is this a blue? It is another bluefish. No. I'm glad he's not cutting me off though. You know what? I may keep him, and when I cook these, I may do a little comparison just to see. I mean, obviously I've had both, and I do believe that Pompano will take the cake. We'll hang on to him and get him bled out. We'll do a little taste comparison, cook them the same way. There's a fish. Come on. Maybe be a pump, be a pump, be a pump. Did you get one? Yeah. Woo. Oh goodness. I think it's a pump. Hard to say though, because these bluefish fight hard too. Oh gosh. Going around this boat is not easy. Okay. Yep, another pump. Ooh, that's a good one. Did you get one? This is a good fish right here. Man, it's real shallow water, and this fish is so so pretty, fighting in the shallow water. This is the biggest of the day right here. I think I can flip him. I meant to bring mine and I didn't, but there we go. Yeah, that's a good fish. Woo! Well, with our 3 fish, we progressively got bigger. This is the biggest one I got today. Let's see. This one is a little over 16 and fat. So good fish. That's our limit. This has been a fun morning. Love it, love it. Got our bluefish here first. Pretty easy fish to fillet. I just always cut behind the pec fin and then turn the knife sideways and just ride straight down that backbone. Nothing fancy with this, and that does a pretty good job. You don't really lose any meat on that. I did bleed the bluefish. That really helps. If you notice, there's no blood here. Definitely a big difference with bluefish. And then remove the skin. A similar thing to the sail cat I talked about. I'm gonna try to leave just a small layer of meat on the skin so that we're not getting all that red meat on there. See, there's a lot of red meat on the skin. If you cut too close to that, you're gonna get all that red meat. And then same thing like any other fish, we're gonna remove this bloodline. And this is a smaller bluefish, but got 2 little strips here. And it is darker meat than most fish, but it is good if you eat it fresh, I promise. On the pompano, I make my cut behind the gill plate and then come up into the head. They've got a decent amount of head meat here, so you want to try to cut up and get as much as that as you can. And then come in and just slide right down that backbone, just making that first initial cut. And I just lift up the meat and start cutting right along that bone, just shaving that off. I always angle my knife down just a little bit just to try to make sure I'm cutting as close to that bone as possible. Once you get to their backbone, it is raised a little bit, and then you want to angle that knife down as you cut that lower loin. And then you can come around the rib cage, or you can pop through it. Either way, their bones aren't too big, but it is a little easier sometimes to pop through that. Now, if you're skinning pompano, which a lot of people don't, because it is a booger, and that's what I'm gonna try to do here. It is definitely the hardest part about cleaning pompano, is getting the skin off. As many pompano as I've cleaned, I still struggle with leaving, like when I skin them, leaving some of the skin on the meat. So it's just not easy. It's not an easy thing to do, but I'll see how well I can do this time. I try to just take my time. I don't try to rush this. I just come through and I'm feeling that skin and the meat along the way. And see, here we go. All right, I did a good job of not leaving any skin, but I try to get as much of the meat off in combination with that. But you can see, like, I missed some of that meat because of my cut. So I missed that, but I still got most of it here. It's just a hard balance in leaving some of the meat and getting that skin off. That's why most people just leave the skin on. Just depends on how you're cooking it and what you're doing and who you're preparing it for. Some people are okay with skin, some people are not. So it just depends on your preference. And then just remove this bloodline just like anything else. Also in this bloodline, it's got a section of pin bones up towards the top. So, and then you're left with two really, really nice fillets. I've got the bluefish and the pompano. I'm gonna go over my seasonings and everything, but we are gonna do a cedar plank on the grill, which this is a way that we enjoy cooking fish. We haven't done it a lot, but it's very good, and I haven't done it with pompano, so this will be new for me for that. Important thing when you're using a cedar plank, you do wanna soak it, and that's what I've been doing for the last hour. This has just been soaking in this water. That's gonna allow the smoke to kind of help cook that fish by getting this saturated with some water. The seasoning that I'm using is Bordeaux's sauces. I'm gonna post a link to their website in the description below. They sent me some of this, and this is the Applewood, is it Chipotle? Yeah, Applewood Chipotle rub. Really delicious on fish. They've got a few different flavors, but this is definitely our favorite. Works great on fish, especially when you cedar plank it. Very good. Before I add the seasoning, I'm gonna just put a little bit of salt and pepper on just one side of the fish. Not gonna go crazy with that, because I'm sure there is some in there. And then I'm gonna add the seasoning to both sides of the fish. I'm leaving these pieces for Annalise. This is just gonna be salt and pepper here, so that's why I'm skipping this one. And if you can't tell, I don't know if I explained, but all of this is pompano, and then these 4 fillets right here, this is the bluefish. And I'm just gonna get the other side of these fillets seasoned with the Bordeaux's. Once I've got it seasoned, I'm just gonna add some butter to the fillets so that this will melt on top of it. Can't go wrong with butter. You gotta have butter when you're cooking fish, man. It's just, it is too good. I did lower the charcoal on the grill. I put it at its lowest setting, if you can tell what I'm talking about there. So I put that as low as I can because I don't want the fish, that cedar plank, I don't want it to be too close to it. I want it to smoke it up and get that fish cooking with the smoke as much as possible while it's in here. That is looking pretty good right there. It is coming along nicely. I love the smell of the cedar plank. It's just so refreshing. It smells so delicious. And then the applewood chipotle seasoning mixed in. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. We are done. I'm gonna have to put you guys down to use both hands to get this off real quick. Courtney, I want you to take a whiff of this. Come here. Smell it.
Smells good. Smells really yummy.
What all's going on there? Tell me. What do you smell? Get another whiff. Come on. Listen. All the smells.
I smell the cedar. I smell the cedar plank, and I smell like a sweet from the rub. It smells really good. I can't tell like what kind of sweet, but it's definitely sweet in the rub.
Oh yeah.
Sweet and savory.
My mouth is watering right now. I mean, there's a lot going on here. A lot going on. So this side again, this is our bluefish. These 4 fillets here. This is all pompano here, and again, I didn't season this. This is just salt and pepper. That's for Annalise. I'm gonna let Courtney do the honors. She's gonna go first. Which one are you gonna try first? Well, okay. Let me remind you here. We've got bluefish. These 3, it kind of broke here, but these 3 little fillets here, and then pompano are these 2.
I'm gonna try the bluefish first. What are you gonna eat, Annalise?
She's got delicious pompano.
Look at your pompano.
Man, looks so yummy.
And grapes.
And grapes. So good. So what are you trying?
The bluefish.
Bluefish.
It's really good. I haven't had bluefish for a really long time. It's good.
Good? Delicious?
Yeah.
Pompano?
All right. Pompano's definitely the best.
I can tell by your reaction. But
It's like really buttery. I like the consistency of pompano better than bluefish.
But bluefish is good.
Oh yeah. They're still good. They're both good, but the pompano is just better.
All right, I'm gonna start with pompano here. Give it a go. Man, it looks so good. That is amazing. That is so good. Pompano, definitely, we all know, is delicious. Here is the bluefish right here, and it's pretty white. It's been a while since I've cooked a bluefish, and it is darker. The meat's darker, but when you cook it up, it's pretty white.
Help with what?
That is so good. Like, it's really, really good. Well, I've talked about it many times on this channel. Bluefish is good. You eat it fresh, you bleed it. It's a delicious piece of fish. Keep some bluefish, try it. Promise. You do it right, you won't be disappointed. Do it like this, it's amazing, really good. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, had a lot of fun today. If you did, give it a thumbs up. And as always, you stay bummy.